Black Panther.
Black Panther.
Yes. Sorry, but Black
Finally.
Panther Wakanda forever.
Bruh.
Sweet costume, bro, Ham-in-Law. Let me guess. Traffic light. Half-shuck corn. A booger.
Yes.
Yes!
Wow, this is garbage. You actually like this?
Not happy with what's happening in my story.
You do not get to choose.
Why not? It's my show.
Can we all three just parachute down from Cloud Cuckoo Land?
Hey, what's up, everyone? Thanks for tuning in. We hope you guys are having a great day. I am your nerdy gnome reviewer, the Elvin Barber, and joining me is the Lord Loyalist himself, TC, the Token Cripple.
Hey, how's everybody?
And we are those guys. So TC, sir, okay. We are talking Phase 4, Phase 5 today, Marvel. I know you're excited about it.
Oh, joy.
I can hear it in your voice that you're super excited about it. Some of the things that have been out, so this, Phase 4, we got Black Widow. We got Shang-Chi. We've got the Eternals. We've got that one good film, Spider-Man No Way Home. We got Doctor Strange, which is just pretty much WandaVision Season 2.
Yeah.
We got Thor, Cuck and Thunder, as you so eloquently put it. Thor, Cuck and Thunder. And last but not least, the Woman King on steroids, Wakanda Forever. Not to mention the numerous shows that were out as well. Falcon and the Woke Soldier. We got Hawkeye, which is just pretty much all about Kate Bishop. We had Loki, which was all about Sylvie. And we had WandaVision, which was just a disaster toward the end of the show when we realized she started imprisoning just kids, adults. The worst part was she knew about it. Will. Yeah, and she knew about it.
I mean, doing it is bad enough, but the fact that she knew about it didn't immediately stop.
Yeah,
or at least try to stop.
What was the one line she said when they pulled up to the barrier? She said something about
you're imprisoning thousands of people, and her response was, "I'm not the one holding the guns, director." Bitch, you're enslaving thousands of people. They should have already pulled the trigger.
Exactly. It's like, why the fuck did you think we're holding the guns? Like, this is why we're holding the guns, because you're imprisoning this entire town.
I'm sorry, but the director was in the right for 90% of the show.
He was, but they tried so hard to make him look like the bad guy. Like, they wanted him to look like the villain in this fucking show. And it's like, no, you're quote unquote protagonist. Like, she's the fucking villain in this show.
And Darcy apparently is working on her. No, she's already a doctor. So she's her doctorate.
She's already a doctor
in astrophysics, even though she was a poli-sci major in Thor. And as far as I know, they never mentioned her changing majors in the Dark World.
They don't. They don't mention her changing majors at all. Yeah, out of nowhere.
Last time I checked, those aren't related.
Out of nowhere, she gets where we're like, oh, she's a doctor now? Like, what the fuck? Oh man, the magic of off-screen education.
Honestly, I don't even think that's off-screen education. I think they honestly forgot that she was a poli-sci major.
They probably did. Yeah, maybe I'm just giving them way too much credit. Way too much credit. WandaVision. That show was. It started off really well and then just turned to shit so quick. I've never seen. I've never seen
fun.
Grief. I've never seen Grief as a bad guy before, but
I
apparently,
don't even mind that. It's just, see, I don't even mind she lost control of her powers and enslaved the town. I mind that once she knew she had done it, she doesn't try and rectify the situation.
no, she consciously enslaved the town, which was fucked.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point.
And she
It's
had
like if it had been accidental, it would have still been awful, but at least it would have been understandable. And oh, she's not doing this on purpose. You know, like somebody who's gone and like completely lost any grip on reality, and they're just completely out of it.
right.
But this, she knew what she was doing. She did it on purpose at that point.
She enslaved the town and was able to just walk away, no problem. No problem.
And then Doctor Strange goes, "Oh, you put it right, and I was never in doubt." Really? Oh my god.
She didn't put shit right. She just walked away.
She didn't.
She broke.
She did irreparable damage to the psychology of these people. For God's sake, she made Kitty Foreman want to die.
Joe, TC, but you'll never understand what she gave up. They'll never understand
what she
sacrificed.
She sacrificed things that weren't hers to give. It was my same issue with Queen Lady in Wakanda Forever, in the sense that she goes, "Haven't I given enough?" You haven't given anything. They weren't yours to give. You didn't give anything. Your husband and your son died. Those are tragic things, but you had no say in that. And you shouldn't have had say in that.
Yeah, all the things that she was that she gave up were not even tangible things. Like, they weren't even real. So
if she had said, "If I haven't I lost enough," then it would have made sense.
That would have made sense.
But she said given, as if it was her choice. It's like, no, it wasn't. You just...
Yeah, WandaVision.
I'm sorry. I went on a tangent there.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
WandaVision was... and then she literally enslaves people who are when they're allowed to sleep, they have her nightmares. The children are locked in their rooms. Who knows if they're getting any sustenance?
They
and
probably
granted, her powers could probably sustain them. But, I mean, still, you're literally locking them in their rooms in stasis. Or maybe in stasis, maybe not. Maybe the children are just dead. And the fact that we have to ask those questions makes it incredibly awful. The fact that those aren't questions that are answered.
Well, Wanda's awful. This whole show was awful.
And she doesn't even have the Darkhold to justify her behavior.
No, she was just grief-stricken, and it was just all about her. All about her.
And again, she did it on purpose.
Yeah, because she did it on purpose. She didn't know how to cope. She did not know how to cope, so she ended up enslaving a town. That was that.
Yeah.
What was the next show after that? Was that Falcon and the Woke Soldier, or was that?
Yeah. That was Captain Falcon.
Captain Black in America. Toward the end, that show was.
I absolutely love Jay Longbone's rebuke of Isaiah.
Oh,
when she made the video.
Yeah, I remember that.
That no one would ever let a black man read Captain America, and they immediately go to Iron Patriot / War Machine. She shows clips from Iron Man 3. Great.
I think sometimes they just write themselves in a corner. Like, I don't.
But then he does the "Do Better" speech, which was awful.
Do better, Senator.
They make what's her name, Carly, I think. Carly. They make her out to be a misunderstood, tragic person. I'm like, she's blowing up hospitals with people in them.
Oh,
she's not in the right. The super soldier,
super soldier,
the one,
right?
the one that Gary calls Freckle Jesus.
Right. Yeah, they do.
And then the end speech where Sam goes, where the politicians go, you don't understand. And he makes the comment, I'm a black man in the Stars and Stripes. What don't I understand? As if having the suit and being black means anything in the context of this conversation.
They played up race a lot in that show. Like, it was too much. I'm gonna say it was too much. It was just too much. Like, it got kind of.
Yeah, it was comically overt. That's the thing. Yeah. If you want your messaging to be taken, first of all, I'd say take your messaging out. That's my first thing. But if you have to have it and you want it to be taken seriously, you can't be so damn overt.
Yeah, they just
that people don't recognize Sam Wilson to the point where just rando cops will just arrest him because reasons.
Yeah, once that scene came about when the cops came, I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" Like they're gonna throw. I'm like, they're gonna throw this in that show now. I'm like, I watch shows like this to not like encounter or to not see these things that take place in the world. Like, I watch shows like this to escape, not to fucking relive it or watch it. Like, come on.
And the thing is, it doesn't even make sense in universe. There's no one in the world who wouldn't know who Sam Wilson is at this point.
Well, I don't know, TC. He did try to go to a bank and get a loan.
Oh yeah.
He tried to do it, and then he got rejected.
Because he hasn't had income for 5 years, because he didn't exist, despite the fact that he actively has a revenue stream with the government defense contracts.
Yes.
First of all, why did he go to a bank and not call Pepper? Tony was willing to give his entire modern art collection to the Boy Scouts of America on a freaking whim. Pepper should totally have been able to. Tony could use $100 bills as toilet paper. He could just take a roll and be
Pepper would have definitely hooked him up. Like, if he would have called, like, no
Hi, Pepper,
problem.
this is Sam. Yeah. Hi, Pepper, this is Sam. I'm going to lose my family shrimping boat unless we get, however, how much? 100,000 was it? 40,000?
Something like that. It was
something like that. So, yeah, why even go to a bank? You literally know billionaires personally. You have a very good relationship with them, and you have a very sentimental personal reason to want to ask for their help. Ask them. There's no way Pepper Potts Stark, whatever her name is at this point, there's no way she wouldn't have been like, here's a blank check. She would have handed him a blank check. No questions asked.
Oh, she would have helped him, no problem. Like,
yeah, this whole problem could have been.
Realistically, he could have still gone to the bank and received a loan because of who he was. They just wanted to put in the message. That's all that was. They had an agenda and they wanted to put it in the show. That's literally all that was. Like,
but that's how your story suffers. That's what makes your story suffer.
Yeah. They don't give a fuck. Clearly, they do not care. But remember, you could feed thousands with a phone call. All right.
That's not how that works, Sam. That was the other thing. That drove me nuts when he was like, "What don't I know?" I'm like, "You clearly don't know Jack. If that's your philosophy,
you don't know how the world works."
Apparently, the military didn't teach you a damn thing. If you think, oh, I'm wearing a suit and I'm using a title, therefore I know everything. Which is kind of the I know exactly how this works. I'm like, you don't know Jack.
It's like, you don't know Jack shit.
and to imply that it's inherently some racist to imply some racist messaging to it. Why don't they give people the benefit of the doubt? Like, assume that their motives are different than racism first. Like, eliminate all eliminate all other rational points of objection first before calling somebody racist. They consider that at all ever?
Nope. Not at
Sorry,
all.
I didn't mean to get on a soapbox.
No. You're fine, man. You're fine. Not at all. Not at all.
Anyway, what's next? Oh, they also never gave. They never let. They made Sam Captain America, but they didn't get rid of the Winter Soldier.
Right.
Even though Sam's like second sentence in this show when he's in his right mind is "I am no longer the Winter Soldier." The Wakandans called him the White Wolf. Why not make that his title? Make it Captain America and the White Wolf if you've got to do that.
Yeah, the one person who actually had a sort of an arc, so to speak, in the show, Bucky.
I mean, it wasn't well executed either, by any means.
There was only 6 episodes, so...
There's only 6 episodes, and I think there are 3 mentions of it.
Yeah. Yeah, not a lot they can do there.
I think they could have done more if they were trying.
Yeah, if they were trying. That's kind of how I felt about that show, Loki, as well. That has had so many.
I feel like of the shows, Loki was the absolute worst.
You think Loki was the worst one?
At least in terms of world building, if nothing else.
Yeah. I can see it being...
Actually, in terms of world building, it was because it literally destroyed all sense of continuity and consequence and free will.
Yeah. I was going to say it probably did the most damage to one character, I feel. I think Loki did that. Just making female Loki better than him in everything.
Yeah.
Essentially, yeah.
And we can't see that she's amazing. And she can't be amazing on her own. She has to be amazing because Loki sucks.
Right.
The character we actually went to watch.
Yeah, Loki has a hard time taking out guards that work for the TVA. And he's the guy.
Did they forget that he has super strength?
He has super strength, yet female Loki just takes him out no problem. Like, super
that's the thing.
easy.
Super easy, barely an inconvenience.
Yeah.
But they established that these guys are just humans.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as we know, they essentially just have Kevlar armor. Loki was able to throw Tony one-handed by the neck through his, probably reinforced windows, about 30 feet through Stark Tower's windows, and effortlessly. But he can't take out 6 plebs.
Apparently not.
Because they have stun batons.
Not by himself. He needs a girl boss to help him out.
Yeah. But there's a reason this is called the MCU.
I
feel like... Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, I think I kind of lost it when he was doing his little orientation there at the TVA, and he opens up the desk and there's just Infinity Stones there. It's just like... Like tons of Infinity Stones at that. I'm just like, are you fucking kidding me?
Your video is glitching out, my dude.
No, that's not me. That's all you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, that it's like, oh yeah, one of the most well-known characters in the MCU died for that, and yeah, they're literally paperweights. They're described as paperweights. People use them as paperweights.
People use them. These like Infinity Stones were like the cultivation of a huge event
Of-
through the
Of
first
20
three
years
phases.
of storytelling.
Yeah, the first
20 years of
phases.
storytelling.
Yeah, 20 years of storytelling in a desk. Used as a
Literally,
paperweight.
it was what? Wait, did Loki come out before or after Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
I
It
believe
did come out after. It
it
came
was
out
after. Yep.
And it's so depressing. It's so depressing.
Because Kang was in charge of everything. We found out Kang
Because that's the Gambit.
because that's the Gambit. The guy who went to the clown actor, right? Was he
Yeah, he was a professional clown.
professional clown who used
Yeah,
some
because no one's gonna be using that, weaponizing that anytime soon.
Well, it was very apropos for Marvel right now, so
For Phase 4, absolutely.
yeah, having the clown actor there. But yeah, he essentially is like saying that everything that's happened in phases 1 through 3, he pretty much directed and guided the entire thing.
And if they even so much as arrived to work late, they would get vaporized or sent to the end of time to be taken out by a non-distinct cloud poodle.
Cloud dog, I don't know. Whatever that fucking thing was.
So, yeah, all those character arcs completely invalidated. Because it's not because they chose to do it. It's because if they hadn't have chosen to do it, they would have been vaporized. And their entire timeline vaporized.
Yep.
So they had no choice. There was no such thing as free will.
Nope. No free will.
I think the only show that does more damage to the concept of free will in the MCU is She-Hulk.
And that's the Gambit. Oh yeah, Phase 4 was such trash. You know, I thought
My brain hurts.
I thought Moon Knight was gonna be pretty good. Like the first episode was pretty good, and then that just turned to intersectional bullshit.
Yep.
So then I was out on that.
And a kaiju fight.
Oh my god, that kaiju fight was fucking awful. It was awful.
Seriously, why weren't the Sorcerers of Kamartaj involved?
Yeah, like where were they? Where the fuck were they?
Because, I mean, that unironically is literally their job. That is literally their job.
You know, I
Deal with
believe
mystical, supernatural threats.
I believe when I hear rumors and reports that Marvel has all these time constraints on their VFX artists, because it fucking shows, man. Like,
But I don't blame them. I blame the writers and the studios, the execs.
well, no, I don't blame them neither. I blame Marvel and their stupid time constraints.
Give me
Like-
time to do a good job.
Because, like, now, like, because they're in a hurry and they're rushing, they're like, these people can't put quality work in like they would want. And now, like, shit just looks bad. It looks not, like, it looks so bad. Like, She-Hulk level bad. Even in the movie Wakanda Forever, like, there were certain moments where I'm like, wow, like, the CG on this looks fucking awful. Like, you
I
could
didn't
just-
notice much in terms of the CG, honestly.
Like, you could definitely tell they were standing in front of a lot of fucking green screens.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's just... Like, I can see it now. Like, that's how you know it's bad. Like, when I can see it, it's bad. Because normally I don't care about any of that, but, like, when I can
I
take
think
notice...
the worst one, the only time I really noticed it was the Ironheart suit.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the super suit that
Oh,
she
it's,
has
mor-
with
it's
the
morphin'.
freaking
It's morphin' time.
yeah, the power, the Megazord suit. That looks so plastic. I'm like, that doesn't look like it would protect you from anything.
It's morphin' time. Is there... So we went over some shows in Phase 4. I brought up some movies. The Eternals, that was shit. Soichi was shit. Spider-Man was pretty good.
Yeah.
Thor
but
Cooking
everyone-
Thunder. We already know that how we feel about that. That was a complete waste of time.
I mean, Jane died, but I mean, the thing is, given that we know now that Valhalla is actually like a place, like what's to stop them from actually showing up later?
Nothing.
I feel like nothing.
Nothing.
And also, the purpose of Valhalla in actual Norse mythology is to prepare the warriors so they can fight and feast and train until Ragnarok. Well, that's already happened. So there's literally no purpose.
You
to
know what their
Valhalla.
you know what their purpose is, so they can bring back characters. That's their purpose.
Oh, and then what was that kid's name?
The
He
kid?
was Heimdall's son,
Oh.
and he gave himself a really stupid name, and then Thor was like, "No, that's not your name. Your father named you something else."
Oh, I don't remember.
It's such a forgettable movie.
It is. I think I forgot it after I watched it.
I don't remember much. I just remember it was machine gunning jokes, but they were all blanks. So
Yeah, there
Didn't do
was.
much.
It's Marvel humor, so
that movie was the absolute worst in terms of Marvel humor. I mean, they've all gotten progressively worse, and they've been annoying me for a while. But that was the absolute worst. One of the biggest compliments I can give Wakanda Forever is the fact that they stayed away from the Marvel humor. It was a very somber piece. I mean, it had quite a few problems, but at least it wasn't haha quip 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 quip.
yeah,
Pause for a serious scene. Quip quip quip.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree with you there. So, out of Black Widow, Eternal, Shang-Chi, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, and Thor, and Wakanda, would you probably say the best film out of Phase 4 is probably No Way Home?
Yes.
All right. What's the...
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
The one thing I've always been confused because I always assumed Phase 3 ended with Endgame. But did it end with Far From Home?
No, it ended with... Was that the movie that came out after...
It came out immediately after because
Yeah,
remember
so
we were joking
that's-
because the movie was just going to be him moping about Tony Stark's death.
Yeah, I would say it would be the end of Phase 4. Yeah.
Okay, so that one was the end of Phase 3. Okay, because
Phase 3, I'm sorry.
In my own head, I've always considered Far From Home Phase 4, but I guess it's Phase 3.
Yeah,
Okay,
I would say
that's
it's
fine.
Phase 3. I would say the start of Phase 4 was Black Widow,
Black
Which
Widow was absolutely pointless.
which was absolutely pointless. But honestly, probably the better of probably the second best film in the Phase 4
I'd say
lineup.
in terms of films, I haven't actually watched Shang-Chi yet, to be honest.
Yeah, because it's shit. It's shit. I can just tell you
Yeah,
that.
I went. Yeah, you told me not to watch it, so I did. I would say, based on the ones I've seen, I would say it is No Way Home, mostly for the character work. Then Black Widow, then Wakanda Forever, and then Thor: Love and Thunder. Then what am I forgetting?
Well, there's two more. There's the Eternals and Doctor Strange.
Oh, I'd probably actually put Eternals before Love and Thunder, personally. And then Doctor Strange at the very bottom because holy crap, does that destroy so much for characters, what little world building was left after Loki is torpedoed
Oh yeah, it's
by Multiverse of Madness.
correct.
And Quantum Mania is going to be building off of the same freaking themes as both of those, so that's going to be even worse probably.
Well, sir, I'm glad that you brought up Quantum Mania because that is what starts off Phase 5. Quantum Mania. Then we got Guardians of the Galaxy 3. Then we have The Marvels. Then we have Black in America, New World Order. Then we have The Thunderbolts, Blade, Deadpool 3.
Are we even sure Blade is still coming out?
Yeah, from what I read about Blade, they weren't too happy with the original script. Well, at least the actor, Mahershala Ali, was not happy with the original script.
I really like the original Blade movies. Just
Oh,
saying.
I love the original Blade movie. They're fucking awesome. But apparently the new one, the script that he was given, there was only like 2 fight scenes. It's like, how do you only have 2 fight scenes in a Blade movie? It just does not work.
They decided to go the CW route of feelings in hallways, feelings in
Talking and sitting while talking and standing and talking and getting coffee and talking and
yeah.
yeah, it was gonna be bad. So he pretty much was like, nope, not about it. So and I'm pretty sure the director walked away as well.
And see, my thing is like, I worry that they could overcorrect. Like, go from 2 fight scenes, which isn't enough for a Blade movie, to a Disney Plus mandate of a fight scene every 10 minutes. And neither of those is good.
No.
Because, one, it's like you don't stay engaged, because we know they don't have the capacity to write good stuff anymore. They either don't have the capacity or don't care to. Or B, they have so many fight scenes you can't get invested in the characters because it's just, they have 5 seconds of, it's the Multiverse of Madness problem. We have 5 seconds of character and then 10 minutes of fight scenes.
Yeah. They need a good balance, which is something that Disney's Marvel has none of currently.
I mean, I think Phase 1 had pretty good balance for the most part. Phase 2 was okay. No, wait, Phase 2 was Civil War in Phase 2?
Yep.
Because that was I think the best marriage of the two. Because I mean, there were interpersonal consequences to the fight scenes by the very nature of Civil War being, a Civil War. But yeah, yeah, they've got to work. Can they just give the guys time? The 2 things they need to give the writers time to write, and they need to give the VFX people time to VFX.
Yeah. That's what they need to do.
It's very oversimplified, but you can't pull this. What was it like? They were literally writing Doctor Strange on the fly because Doctor Strange Multiverse WandaVision season 2. They wrote that on the fly because COVID happened, and then something else happened, and then literally they were filming as they were writing. They can't do that. A, they aren't good enough to do that. B, that's just very bad practice.
Yeah,
and
I'm pretty
C,
sure the writer came up with that script in 2 weeks. So,
but what the thing is, like, if they gave writing even a 10th of the attention they give all this other crap, if they actually gave storytelling that much focus, it would be night and day.
I don't disagree. I think they're just.
I don't know, man.
It's just Marvel product, pump out Marvel products to make room for next Marvel products. Like, it's just an assembly line of bullshit.
Yes.
That's all.
Yes, it is. Insert as here.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to any of these Marvel movies. Of course, I'm gonna watch them and review them because I'm one half of We're Those Guys. So
Yes, we will be watching them.
but begrudgingly, definitely begrudgingly.
The only reason I'm still watching them at this point is because I do work with you to do this, and I want to hear what the audience has to say.
I also want to hear what you guys have to say and think about these shows as well. Maybe they're really good and we're just being too critical. I don't know.
Yeah. If you guys have some sort of insight that we're missing, please let us know in the comments. Because if we're missing something, we'll correct ourselves. We'll acknowledge we were wrong.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. Let me ask you this.
Yeah.
Though.
Yeah.
Why the fuck is Agatha Harkness having a TV show? Why does she
was
need
popular?
a TV show?
See, the thing is, I'm pretty sure in the comics she's like chaotic neutral. Like she's not strictly evil, I think. But like in this continuity, there's absolutely no reason, except she was popular. People liked her and liked the song.
So her new show, something about the coven of, or coven of something. I don't even know. I don't
Harkness,
care.
probably. I think
Harkness, yeah, whatever. Apparently, this like her show is gonna have the longest episode run of all the Disney Plus Marvel shows. They're gonna have her show have like 10 episodes. Her fucking show gets 10 episodes.
I think, isn't Daredevil getting more? I think Daredevil's getting 16.
Daredevil wasn't coming out until what, 2024?
Oh, okay. Well, because girl power.
And secondly, it's Daredevil. So this bitch is Agatha Harkness, all right? Like, no one gives a fuck.
Normies don't even know who she is or didn't know who she was until...
Oh my god. Exactly. No one gave a shit. I think people still don't give a shit. But she's gonna have her own show. Her, Echo, the Echo show, because she can still.
I didn't, but okay. Correct me if I'm wrong. This is one thing I'm just trying to recall. She had a prosthetic leg, correct?
She did, or at least the lower half, maybe the knee down.
At least partially prosthetic. Okay.
Right.
She was giving Hawkeye shit for using a hearing aid because technology weakens you.
That's what she said. He was too reliant on it.
That was the sentiment. Let's take away your prosthetic leg and see how effective of a fighter you are.
Exactly. Like I said, I don't think Marvel even realizes they're doing things when they're doing them.
So I just feel like that was a very hypocritical statement. I just wanted to backhand her. I know how it is when your legs don't work. It sucks.
Yeah, it was very hypocritical. It's like, come on.
Oh god. So that drove me freaking nuts. I'm sorry to just bring that up at random, but that.
So what I'm hearing is you're definitely looking forward to the Echo show. Is what I'm hearing.
Yeah. I want a Kingpin show where he just runs through people, bashes them in with car doors.
Oh, I got sad news. I got news for you. You ain't getting it on this fucking series. I can tell you that.
No, yeah, they're gonna ruin Daredevil. Daredevil was fantastic. I love it.
They've already ruined Daredevil. Have you seen She-Hulk?
No, I just watched reviews and that was more than enough. Yeah,
you got all.
I watched the pilot.
That in itself is enough.
Yeah, I watched the pilot.
Yeah, you got all you needed to know from that. All right, they already cucked him.
Telling the person who was abused, like, who has a history of being abused, being chased down by his own government, who was brought onto the helicarrier under false pretenses. They planned to kill him. Who tried to commit suicide, telling him that you know how to control your anger more than he does because you get mansplained to.
Mansplained and catcalled.
Oh, and incompetent people tell you how to do your job. I've seen how you do your job. You don't know what you're talking about.
You do a shit fucking job.
It's like, did you ever think that people weren't telling you how to do your job because you're a woman? It's just because you're really shit at your job.
Oh,
just food for thought, Jen.
Here's Jen Walters. Thor doesn't need to trademark his name. Doctor Strange doesn't need to trademark his name. You literally.
I've also seen all the trial clips, by the way, so I have watched those on YouTube. It's like, that's just not how that works.
You literally use two people that are using their exact names. You're
also,
fucking retarded. Go away.
Also, I have a point of order. So, I make the argument that She-Hulk admits to being a prostitute in the show, and I'm about to lay it on you.
Okay.
In order to use trademark as a defense, which, based on what I've heard from Mercado Law, that just flat wouldn't work. But if you're going to use that, you have to show that you're using this for business before anybody else. And then they use her dating profile as the justification for how she wins her trademarking case against Titania the Influencer. Given that that's her dating profile, and you have to be using your trademark for trade, that means she's trading sexual favors, therefore she's a prostitute. Does the logic track, or is it just me?
No, the logic definitely tracks. And once again, Marvel writing themselves into a corner and not realizing what the fuck's going on.
And for the record, that was actually my argument. I didn't hear that from anybody else. I just put that together myself. So if there are any logical fallacies, please tell me. But I don't see it.
No, I don't see it. No, that's actually a pretty sound. That's a pretty sound argument. Yep, they wrote her as a prostitute, a slut who gave up the butt for some chips. That's what she. That's what she was. God, every episode she was just like looking to fuck somebody or something. I'm like, wow, like.
I just laughed that they tried to make this really empowered lawyer show, and they unironically made her into a prostitute.
This show was such a joke. Such a joke.
What a narcissistic bitch.
I almost forgot about that. I'm glad you brought it up because I fucking erased it from my mind apparently when I was talking about all the Phase 4 shows. Completely erased it. Oh, that one and Miss Marvel, because Miss Marvel was another Phase 4 show.
Didn't even bother to watch it.
I didn't watch that shit either.
That's the thing. For a lot of the TV shows, I'm gonna leave it up to our audience as to whether or not we even cover. Like, if they really want us to, I say if we could put it up for like a vote. If we get enough of an audience saying they want us to, I say we do watch Ms. Marvel and stuff, just for the enjoyment of our audience. What do you think?
Well, I mean, if you guys, the audience out there, want us to watch Miss Marvel, different shows like that, yeah, like, let us know. Let us know. And
but keep in mind, we are already watching the Winchesters, and that's very painful as it is. So
yeah, seriously. But we'll do it. We will do it.
We will do it, yes.
We will do it.
We will do it just for you guys.
Correct. All right. So honestly, I can't think of anyone rating. I think you mentioned this rating like a Marvel phase before. Like
The
how would
phase
you?
in general.
Yeah, the phase in general. How would you rate Phase 4 as a
The
whole?
entirety of Phase 4.
The entirety of Phase 4.
2. No, I mean between Loki and Doctor Strange, the world building is screwed. The character writing has been bad across the board. The dialogue, with the exception of with the exceptions of Far From Home and Wakanda Forever, have all been Marvel clip after Marvel clip, and they've been really annoying. I'm getting tired of that comedic style. The only one that can really pull it off is Guardians. Like I said, we're just running into very poor character writing. People aren't making logical decisions. All the characters we like are getting shit on, or just replaced for no adequately explained reason. So I would say it's 2. How about you?
Yes, I would also say a 2, maybe a 2.5. Maybe I'll go
Okay.
2.5 out of 10. But I agree with you, in your sentiment. I just think they've done damage to a lot of the legacy characters, to the world building. They're just to canon in general. And I just don't think you can bounce back from all you've done. Just making everything, everything. You know what? I honestly don't have a problem with female actors either. Like, I know there's like a negative connotation that comes with like MCU. Like, people throw that around, MCU, and to me, MCU doesn't mean to what others might feel MCU means to them. I personally don't have a problem with female actors. I love female actors. I wish they were. I don't know. Like, I don't mind them at all. Like, I think they're great.
The actors or the characters?
The actors.
Oh yeah, I've never had a problem with any of the actors.
I think the issue is when you introduce a female character and she's put in the story
already perfect.
Yeah, like there's no hero's journey, there's no learning curve, there's nothing. She's just automatically a girl boss and just, Mary Sue and killing it. And
all the male characters surrounding them are incompetent. That's the other thing.
And all the male counterparts are inferior to their character. Like that's what I don't like, because I feel like you don't have to break down one character to build up another one. Like, a good writer can build them both up.
Yeah. I think, honestly, the best character for that they did this entire time was Kate Bishop. Because she actually had reverence for Hawkeye, and Hawkeye didn't just suddenly suck.
Yeah. I mean, in the end,
it still disproportionately good, but...
Well, yeah. I mean, in the end, it turned into the Kate Bishop show, but... No, it was actually a pretty good character. She was a good character.
Yeah.
And, they didn't have to break down Hawkeye to build her up, so...
Yeah. That's all. For the record, that's all we really want. Just don't shit on male characters to make female characters look good. Here's the thing: if you have to shit on one character to make another one look good, you didn't do a good job with that other character.
There you go.
That's just the reality of it. You didn't do a good character.
That explains it right there in a nutshell. Are you looking forward to anything at all in Phase 5? Anything at all?
How is it supposed to... maybe the next Avengers movie. Do they have the next Avengers movie slotted in yet?
I don't know if they have the next Avengers film. Like, I'm pretty sure the next.
Actually, Guardians 3. Guardians. 3.
I was gonna say, I think
Guardians
the next
1 and 2 are good.
I see the next Avengers film is not for another 3 years. It's called the Kang Dynasty.
Yeah, Guardians 3, because as long as they can keep the momentum from Guardians 1 and 2, I think they can do a good job as long as they're allowed to do what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Because the Marvel humor actually works with them because they were the ones that started it, really. And they did it the best.
I am looking forward to Deadpool 3, which doesn't come out for another 2 years, but
oh yeah, I forgot about Deadpool 3.
If they
Maybe.
can keep him true to character, make it rated R.
If they can keep the tone similar to the original Deadpool movies, then yes.
Yeah.
I don't know if they can though. I don't know if Disney will allow it. And if Disney doesn't make it rated R, then the thing is, like, Disney doesn't even do hard PG-13.
No.
Like they don't even like try to push the boundary with Deadpool. You'd at the very least have to do that. You'd have to get away with. You'd have to get away. Figure out a way to get away with as much as you could without pushing that R rating if you really can't afford to.
And that's what I'm afraid of. That's what I'm afraid of with the new Daredevil show. It's gonna be PG, soft PG-13 bullshit.
Yeah, that's the thing. What they really need to do is they need to be towing the line between PG-13 and R. What they currently are doing is they're towing the line between PG and PG-13.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's
exactly what they're doing.
Yeah. So I didn't mean to cut you off. Just that's...
No. That's all I had. That's all I had on those things. Is there any last remarks you would like to make?
Here's hoping Phase 5 is better than Phase 4.
One can only hope. One can only hope.
The good news is it shouldn't be hard.
You would think. You would think with the bar so low that,
they'll find a way to tunnel under it, I'm sure.
I'm sure they will. I'm sure they will. Leave it to Disney's Marvel. Well, we thank you guys for listening in, and yeah, we appreciate that. We do ask that you leave a comment and let us know how you feel about Phase 4. Are you looking forward to anything in Phase 5? Yeah, just let us know. Don't forget to subscribe, hit like, hit that bell for any notifications.
And thank you guys so much to everybody who's already subscribed. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
And we do want to appreciate you guys for subscribing to the channel. So you guys have a good one.
Bye, everybody.
We'll be right back.